Live on DAZN Worldwide, April 26th, Eubank Jr versus Benn. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Colm McGuigan, IFLTV with Rocky Balboa himself, Frank Smith. Frank, interesting day today?
It's been fun, mate. It's just another day in boxing. It's all a bit of show, innit? Don't take it too seriously.
Right, let's get straight to it. How did that come about? What actually happened there?
What, the altercation today? There was a bit of back and forth about the gloves. He got a bit hairy, wanted to have a tear up. I said, look, I'm not here for a fight. Come outside, we'll have a chat about it. I'm not a fighter.
Did he actually want to have a tear up?
He said, I'll smash you up or something like that, and called me a prick twice. I was like, hey, once is okay, not twice. I feel disrespected now.
What was the beef actually around?
The gloves. You know, they were moaning about the gloves. The gloves are approved. It is what it is. You know, it's what it is.
How awkward was it for you yesterday on stage?
Not really. I think I tried to stay composed up there. Look, I'm not. I think you know my character well enough, and I've shown my character over time to show that I'm not going to say anything negative about Chris. It's not my personality. You know, albeit he said things about me in the past, I'm not that kind of guy. You know, all I was going to say was, I was actually going to credit them both, because sometimes people who come through their background don't get the credit for doing what they've done, right? And they've lived in the shadows of their fathers for so long. And I think now, even for Chris, even though he's been in more fights, it's the first time really outside of those shadows and forging their own paths in a huge event. Don't get me wrong, without their fathers, they wouldn't be where they are. But it's a massive night. It's going to be a huge night. 67,000 people in Tottenham tomorrow night. I can't wait for it.
What was that first conversation with Emily like?
And don't get involved in it all, mate. Don't get separate. I keep it separate. You know, you can't. Personal life, business, two separate things. You got to keep it separate. After
this is all said and done, will you put out an arm? Because you're that type of guy. You'll put out a hand to Chris Eubank and try and shake his hand.
I don't think I need to, Colm. Like I've never said anything negative about him publicly. I wouldn't. Again, it shows that's the kind of individual I am. He has said things about me, so be it. So I don't really need to do anything. You know, it's what it is. We move on.
Do you feel that the weight issue was harsh, with it being half of an ounce and 500 grand?
That's the deal. That's what you see. You know, all these things, harsh, this, that, the other. That is his natural weight. He's fought at that weight for 90% of his career, apart from a few fights at 168. His last 4 years of fights have been at 160, I think, or 4 fights. You know, that's what he does. So you can't now come out and go, well, that's what he does. You know, that's the weight he makes. And he's fighting someone a lot smaller. Conor came in at 156.4. You know, so you can't say it's harsh. It's the deal.
What happens tomorrow, implication financial-wise, if he comes and says, you know what, I'm going to take another financial burden and come in overweight? What is the penalties? Is it 500 grand a pound or what?
Pay money. That's the pay money. I'm not going to go into the details. It's private, but has to pay money, and that's the game.
Would you and Team Conor Benn still take the fight if he, say, came in 3-4 pound over and did pay a penalty?
Yeah, the fight will happen. Have no concerns. The fight will happen.
Frank, in terms of this whole fight week and everything that's went with it, is this the biggest you've ever been a part of?
Not really. Not to be like, we've been involved in the biggest events of the last 15 years, I'd say. You know, when you look at the Cowboys, when we had Canelo against Billy Joe Saunders breaking records in America for that show. When you look at the likes of Joshua Klitschko here, Joshua Parker, Froch Groves, we've done it. Yeah, we've been there, we've done it. This is a huge event, a huge spectacle. And I think the difference here is something that resonates with really the whole country and all ages because of the history. Massive event, can't wait for it. What a way to kick off Ring Magazine's first show.
Last question. What did you make of Rick Reno's comments yesterday at the press conference?
Yeah, I don't read into it. Eddie probably will have more of a view on that, to be honest. Like, I'm less on the boxing. In my mind, like, I work on it all, but so much is said in boxing, isn't it? I mean, we all say things. I say things, and you have to just go with it. So, I saw Rick Reno last night. We were having a laugh.
Well, Frank Smith, thank you so much for your time. Look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.